Perfect.
Alive. Just hang out his own. He's live. All right, guys. We had some technical difficulties, man, but we are back and in action. Uh, so we're gonna bring. We'll come back to you, Nestor. We'll actually probably have to share some of this information with you guys again, but it's all good. You know, sometimes the force of evil comes, and you got to adapt and overcome. You know, but still, man, it's all good, man. We're still fired up. Look, that's what happens, guys. Listen, you don't have to be a technical genius to make this stuff happen, man. You really don't.
Perfect.
Oh, hold
Hang
on.
on.
Let me pause this. I got it playing in the background too. All right, cool. There we go. We're all good. All right, so yeah, so Katrina, this is my Aries sister right here, man. I'm excited to meet her. You know, she has a powerful story, powerful message for the people. You do inspire me, sister. I do see you in action. Um, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited to hear what you have to say tonight. You know, what experiences you have to share. You know, some stories that you may have to tell about an event that impacted your life, and share with the people why you feel it is imperative and extremely paramount to get to these events, man. You know. So without further ado, Katrina, come on out here, share some love with the people, man, and just let us know what's good for the next week in Nashville.
Hey guys, Ness, could you actually tell everybody to refresh that page? I didn't get to it. Hi everybody. Like Xavier already said, my name is Katrina, and I do have a story to tell. And really, I want to talk. Well, obviously, I want to talk about the power of events. And where do I start? Okay, my sponsor, he was on this call. He'll get back on later, but he was on. And I actually, we come from the same business. So we gone to events. We're in the same room with one another multiple times, but we just didn't know it. And so we met over Facebook, and even before he knew who I was, he heard my name over and over and over again. And then we finally met at an event. And so I think it's very interesting that we're talking about the power of events because that's where I met my sponsor. I met Ness, and then I only met my sponsor once. Even though I know him for years, I only met him that one time. And then in this business, that's when we came and we met each other again in January. And then Nestor, I met him for the first time at an event. And I'm going to meet Xavier for the first time at an event. So at the Nashville event. So what I want to talk about the power of events. Yes, me and Xavier, we are born on the same day, April 11th, and we just had our birthdays on Saturday. And something else that you have to know about my birthday is that 9 years ago, on my birthday, on my 18th birthday, actually, I was diagnosed with MS. I was diagnosed on my birthday, and so um, that was something that's very interesting to me because see the thing is, Shannon, can you mute yourself? The thing is that I always okay in high school people knew me. Forgive me if you hear my family. That's them in the background. So in high school, everybody knew me as a girl who I walked in fashion shows. I was considering a fashion model, considering being a fashion model, and so that is the path I was hitting. I was heading towards. I actually taught other people how to walk on the runway, and so that's how everybody in my high school knew me. Now, I was diagnosed 5 months before I went to college. When I went, um, 5 months before I went to college, I was diagnosed with MS. And so by the time I got to college, I everybody knew me as a girl who had, massive faith, great faith, despite what I was going through. And I always joke just because by nature I am a jokester. I joke about almost everything, including what I'm going through. So I'm a jokester by nature, and I always say, it was like I was living a double life. And the reason is because I would never ever let those let those two things meet, let those two lives meet. So there was this degree of dualism. One group of people knew me as a certain way, and the other group had never so much as seen me run a day that they've known me. And so I would never let the two meet. And specifically, I wouldn't let them meet on Facebook. I never posted, well, let me explain. I am not wheelchair bound, but from time to time I sit in a wheelchair. I would never post anything on Facebook about me being in a wheelchair. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't post anything remotely related to MS. I have had two people post something pertaining to me and MS, and that they did that without my permission. I wasn't mad at them or anything, but they did that without my permission. So how does that tie into this event? Okay, so my sponsor, Terrence Freeman, who the guy who started this hangout, he would always tell me, like I swear to you, he's been telling me almost for the past 2 years, for about the past year and a half. It's been almost 2 years. He's been telling me, Katrina, you gotta tell your story. You gotta tell your story. And I'm like, nope, I don't want to. I would say, like, nope, I don't want to. I'm not ready. Just anything I could come up with, and they would all be true. I wasn't ready to tell my story, and I did not want to tell this story because there's a degree of embarrassment that comes along with it, if I'm being completely honest. So I would always brush him off, you know. So my first event was the Las Vegas event, and it took place at the end of January. At that event, I had 7 people, aside from my sponsor, directly and indirectly tell me that I needed to tell my story, that was the key to my success. I got so dadgum tired of hearing people say, tell your story. I was actually sitting next to my sponsor, and at one point I just put my head down because I got so tired of hearing it. Someone else said, tell your story, and I just put my head down. I just shook it, and he's like, write that down. So I'm like, okay, I get it. I'll tell my story. I'll tell my story. But even still, at that point, I decided to tell it, but I hadn't come up with a plan. I hadn't decided, like, I needed somebody to, like, push me off that ledge. And I'd be doggone if I did not run into a man by the name of Brian Kane. To this day, he does not know what he did when we chatted. So, okay. So we got home from Vegas. I got home from Vegas, and it must have been about that Thursday. It was a Thursday. It was a Thursday. We had a new product coming out in the Empower Network, what was it even? I don't know. It was some kind of new product. And I had a question about it. It was a simple yes or no question. All I needed was a yes or a no. So I reached out to one person, and instead of them giving me the answer, they told me something like, wait till tonight. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying not to get upset. And then I asked someone else, and their answer was, wait till you get, they said, just get on the hangout tonight. So at this point, I'm like getting pissed off. Like steam is coming out of my ears because I'm like, dude, it is a simple yes or no question. Why are these people not giving me the answer? And so I reached out to Brian Kane, and I gave him the whole scenario. I'm like, Brian, these people are really starting to piss me off. And like, I don't really know Brian Kane. I saw him on a hangout once, and he conducted a hangout for me once that I hosted, and he was the guest of honor. So I reached out to him because I knew what he's doing. I knew he knew what he was doing. So I said, Brian, everybody is pissing me off. They're giving me the wrong answers, and it's really starting to tick me off. It's a simple yes or no question. Can you give me the answer? And boy, did he give me an answer. He said, Katrina, your mind is rejecting the answer. And this is a Facebook message, and I like, when I saw that, I'm like, okay, I have to keep reading. He said, your mind is rejecting the answer. And that that may be the reason why you're not seeing the results you may want to see in your business. Mind you, this kid doesn't know me. This man doesn't know me. He doesn't know anything about my business, but he pegged me right there. So he said this might be the reason why you're not seeing the results you may want to see in your business. You hear the answer, but when you hear the answer, you reject it as the answer because you think there should be a better one. How long do you have to hear the answer before you choose to accept it? And when I read that message, I was like, oh, like he doesn't know what he just said because I had 8 people the week before tell me to tell my story, and that is the key to my success in this business, but I knew it was something I needed to do, tell my story for the sake of, I'll get back to that, but I knew I needed to tell my story. And so Brian Cain was like the culmination of everything I had heard at this event. And that's how it relates to the event. See, my sponsor, as much as I love him, I can brush him off. I can brush him off. I can brush his advice off. But when you have 7 more people in addition to your sponsor telling you that this is something that you need to do, and then when you have somebody like Brian Cain come to you and tell you that you know this is what you need to do, you know it's what you need to do, why haven't you been doing it? Why have you been rejecting it? That is something that you cannot ignore. Had I never gotten to that event, that Las Vegas event, I would have never opened up to people how what I've been going through for the past 9 years. That day, I put a status up on Facebook, and again, people from who I went to school with, and I'm talking people I went to elementary school, had no idea what I was going through. And I remember one woman reaching out to me who I went to school with, and she said, you know, as long as I've known you, you've always been a strong, beautiful, confident woman. I had no idea what you were going through. And the truth is, I was overwhelmed by the support people gave me. I created a Facebook page and people liked it, and people, because I believe that MS is curable. I know it is. I've seen it time and time again. So I know that MS is curable. And I've had people just, I mean, when I say I've been overwhelmed by the support, it's something that I never expected to have. So not only did I get all this support, but like I put in my status that day, like, look, this is what I'm going through, but I do not want you to pity me. I was actually hoping I can inspire you all, and I've done just that. I've inspired people. I've educated people. I write my blogs about what I'm going through, my experiences. Sorry, it's a bug in my house. I hate bugs. I've written about my experiences, and something you have to know about me is that I'm determined to show people what's possible. I'm all about possibility. And when I say that I don't want people to pity me, I mean just that. And I explain to people that, like, when some people, when they hear those 2 letters, MS, they automatically, including some doctors, I'm not coming down on doctors because they've obviously helped me tremendously, but some doctors, they will begin to tell you what you're not going to do or you're never going to do again, and I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. I cannot tell people that. I'm here to show people what is possible, and that's exactly what I do on my blog. I remember one day, this is right after I made that, I created my Facebook page. French is my second language. I just woke up one morning. I think I had a dream about this. I had a dream in French. I woke up that morning. I said, I'm going to make a video in French. And I'm like, I made a 1.5-minute video in French. And I remember putting it on, I think I put it on my profile wall and I put it on my page. And the caption said, and this was a smart aleck comment, but again, it's the point. This was a sarcastic comment, but the point of it was to show people what's possible. The caption said, who again says MS impairs your memory? Because I didn't become fluent nearly fluent in my second language until after I was diagnosed with MS. I began to study it years before, but I did not become nearly fluent in it until I got in college. I have to show people what is possible. That is my obligation. That's what I do on my blog, and it all ties back into if I would have never gone to that event, I probably still wouldn't have opened up to people about what I'm going through. Um, Maybe I would have told you guys, but I wouldn't be on this hangout talking about this right now. Inspiring people, telling people what's possible and things like that, educating people. I just wouldn't do it. I would not put myself out there on the internet like that, knowing what I'm going through, because, like I said, there's a degree of there's a degree of a lot of stuff involved in this in this disease. Again, I'm not going to be battling this forever. Actually, I just did something the day before my birthday that, I mean, it even shocked me, because according to the diagnosis, you're not supposed to be able to do that. But I think a diagnosis is crap. I mean, I've always thought that. But anyway, I'm not saying it's not real or it doesn't have real effects on your body, but I'm gonna overcome this. My page is called How to Defeat MS, and that's what I teach people. I was about to say something else. I forgot. I don't know. I forgot. But I have to show people what's possible. Oh, I know. I started implementing the paleo diet, and I'm telling you, that's really working. It's really working, because, like I said a few days ago, I did something, and it even shocked me, and I was like, what the heck, you know? So that's the power of events. I was talking about putting myself out there on my blog. Okay, I have two niches. MS is one of them. And so, like, had I not gone to that event, like I said, I would have never put myself out there on the internet like that. See, my blogs, they tend to rank. You know, they rank very high because that's what's possible with this platform. And when you click the link beneath this video and get in on this blogging platform for, I think the trial is like $7. When you get in on it, you're going to see, and you begin to blog, you're going to see how your stuff is ranking when you choose the correct keywords. And so I would never, like, you all, I cannot stress this enough. I would never have put myself out there on the internet like that. You know, just putting it all on the table, completely exposing myself, what I've been going through. You couldn't have paid me any amount of money to do that. Even when I got in this business in 2013, I took a break and then I came back last year. But even when I got in 2013, like Terry can tell you, I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I went to Las Vegas. I was sitting in a wheelchair. There's no way you could have paid me to do that. Like, I've been to other events, but I only sat in the wheelchair because long distances. But so I was sitting in this wheelchair for the duration of the event, and it's like, there's no way I could have done. I not could have, but I wouldn't want to have done that. And so it all ties back into events. There's let's see, I don't know who said this, but there's a degree of liberation to going to an event, and it is. It's liberating in a sense, you know. And that's kind of what it did. And I forgot who I said this to. I don't know. I interact with so many people. I listen to so many videos and calls. I don't even know anymore. But I'm like, you know what? This is one of the most liberating things I have ever done in my life. Opening up to people about what I'm going through. And it all ties back to if it wasn't for the event, I wouldn't have opened up. One more thing, and then I'm going to pass it on because I know I'm just like blabbing and blabbing, so please do forgive me. The emotional side of MS. I personally I don't feel any pain. You know, there is no pain in my body associated with MS. There's numbness. Well, like, dude, if this is something, please laugh when I say this. Uh, Xavier, you're a jokester. If I stood up and you flicked the lights out on me, I would fall down because there's something about there's a deep connection between your eyes and your brain. And people think the problem with MS is in your legs. No, it's not. It's in your brain. So if you flicked off the lights on me while I was standing up, I swear, none of you guys better ever do this. I will take you guys out if you ever did this. If you flick the lights out on me, I would fall down. There are certain things like, um, oh, if I was once, if I touch you guys, I might not be able to feel you. Okay? If I touch my eye, if I close my eyes and I touched you, I might not be able to feel you. The reason being because I don't have complete sensation in my fingertips. That's just one of the things I'm going through. Yeah, it's okay, Xavier. Don't look like that. It's okay, buddy. So yeah, I might not be able to feel you. So there is a lot of emotional things that goes with this. There's emotional pain. I don't feel physical pain. I've never felt physical pain because I've opened up to people. I can tell them stuff like that. Like a year and a half ago, I would have never told you guys that. I think the only one on this panel who knows that is Terrence, because I told him, like, I told him personally in like 2011 or 2012. So there's a lot of emotional pain, and I feel that. I know other people understand that, and that's how I can reach out to them, and that's how I do it on my blogging platform. I once wrote a blog that said, you know, one thing MS has taught me, and the lesson that it has taught me is that you have to comfort other people. And that probably sounds like the most twisted thing you have ever heard in your life. But it's really not twisted because people are really compassionate, you know, some people. And so they see me, and I just turned 27. I was diagnosed on my birthday, obviously, on my 18th birthday. Obviously, you guys can see me. I don't look 27 at all. Actually, right now, I probably look I probably look older than I usually look. I don't know. Um, but I don't look 27. So other people see this little girl, seemingly this little girl, battling such a disgusting disease, really, you know, a terrible disease. And I have to comfort other people through making a joke. You know, I was having a medical procedure done, and I tell this nurse was uncomfortable. Just doing it. She kept apologizing. She was, you know, apologetic if she hit me and nudged me or something. I'm like, I need to do something to let this lady know it's okay. And so I told you I'm a jokester by nature. And so the last time she like bumped into me or hit my leg or something, and she apologized. And I said, oh, that's okay. See, one of the good things about MS is you don't feel certain things. And like that was funny to me. It was hilarious to me. So I just like bust up laughing. And that calmed her down. That let her know that she could laugh too, that she didn't have to be so on edge about what I was going through. So I can open up to people like that. And that is how I've opened up to so many people, how I've helped other people. I've been praised by other people. I've just been able to educate them and inspire them. And it all comes back to going to that event, because had I never gone to Las Vegas, I would probably still brush off my upline's words to this day. I would not have heard all those people telling me to tell my story. And Brian Cain, his words wouldn't have had the effect it had on me had I not gone to the event. So what is the point I'm making? Not everyone has been diagnosed with the disease. I know that. But everyone watching this call has the opportunity to go to the event in Nashville, to connect with us, to click that link, that banner right beneath this video, to connect with us and to get to that event, because you never know what is going to happen. at this event. You never know. We talk about the parties and the fun we're going to have, and all that's great, and you're going to have it, but you never know what's going to be said at the event in the days after the event that's going to change your life. So that is all I have to say about an event. Get to the event. And one more thing, if any of you guys flick the lights off on me, when you turn those lights back on, I swear somebody's getting punched in the face, man. Okay, that's it. Back to you, Terrence. I'm not sure Terrence is still with us, so Ness, I'm going to take it back to you.
All right, cool. Yeah, I don't know if Terrence's still there, but man, that's a great story that right there, Teresa and Katrina. I mean, but and I promise you, I'm not gonna be the one who turns off the lights, but you know, somebody probably will. Oh man, now we know. Now we know, Katrina. Now, yeah, I mean, the power of events. You know, like Katrina was talking about, it's something that you have to be there to be able to experience. It's something that you, if you're not there, you can't do it. And my first event was back when in Denver, and that's where I met Terrence, right? And that's where we got kind of together, and we started to to communicate. We started to build a business, and but none of that would have happened if we wouldn't have been there together, because kind of like what Xavier was saying before we cut off, how we don't know each other. We only know each other from right here, from Hangouts, right, or from Facebook, and it is so much different when you actually meet in person, right? So it's so much different. Like when I met Katrina in person, and I saw her, it was such a different energy that you get when you actually are face to face and actually being able to shake hands or give a hug, and be able to just communicate. And the thing is that you're also able to mastermind, right? We were able to just sit together and start masterminding about ideas of what we had, of how we wanted to build this business, and what was working for them, what was working for me, and it's we are in a business, right, of networking, right? And if you are in any type of business like that you're building teams, or you're selling something, then you're in a business where you have to go out there and network with people, get to know people, right? Get out of your comfort zone and be able to just do something different, right? It's just in a something that cannot be described unless you go. And I'm right here with my daughter, but with me, that like it was strange because back when I started entrepreneurship, I had this this dream of being able to be a stay-at-home dad, right? Because that's what I really wanted. I wanted to just not work, right? Not having a job, because I always felt that a job just kind of entrapped me into being who they wanted me to be, right? And following their instructions and what they said, right? And it made me feel like I'm building somebody else's dream and not my dream. And that's okay if they want to build their dream. They're more than entitled to do that. But also I'm entitled to build my dream. And the reality is that how I see it is that you are entitled to build your dream, and anybody is entitled to build their own team. And in the way that we're able to share our ideas, right, is through this powerful blog, right, that we are here for. And even though that we're talking about the power of events, because there's an event that's coming next week, I want to talk about the power also of the blogging, right? Because we are communicating, we are networking, right? And so there, this new thing. Once I was able to stay at home and be with my kids and everything, I was like, man, this is so great. This is such a great feeling to be able to fulfill one of my dreams. But then something started to sink in, and I started to go. Because before I was working in my restaurant, right? I had my restaurant. I was working, 70 to 80 hours a week, and I was also trapped, right? I was also trapped because I thought that entrepreneurship and having a business was something that that was gonna give me the freedom But I also found out, see, this is two things. I also found out that a business can also trap you if it's not the right business. Okay, and so I know that a lot of you guys are out there, you guys and gals who are out there working 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours, also overtime, who are stuck the way that I was stuck in a job, and then I was stuck in a business, right? And what we're trying to do is we're trying to free ourselves to be able to fulfill our dreams, to be able to live the life that we want to live, right? And we can't do that as long as we're working for somebody else, as long as we're stuck somewhere where we can't really go anywhere, right? Because when I was there, I still remember, and it still, saddens me to chest those memories, because I was working there 7 days a week, right? So I was there 7 days a week. And I still remember, my wife, at the time I didn't have my little girl right here, I had my other daughter, and I still remember her having to take her to the restaurant so at least I can see her during the day, right? And then when family would come over, my brothers or my aunts and uncles would come over, they would have to go visit me at the restaurant. That's where I was, right? And, and it just kind of saddened me all the time, and I was like, why is this not working, right? Because the dream was to build a restaurant to give me enough money to be able to pay for the bills so I can stay at home, right? And I don't have to be there. But it totally, what I did was created a job for myself that I was stuck again, right? And the only thing that kind of kept me going was that feeling of me being, my own boss, supposedly, right? Me being in charge of my own thing, but I really wasn't, right? So if you're out there, and you're doing the same thing where you are going to a job day in, day out, having to wake up to an alarm, where the sun is still not up, and then having to come home just to eat dinner, go to sleep at night, only to be able to just kiss your kids goodnight, and that's the only time you see them, is kissing them goodbye and good night, then that to me is something that's what life is not about. Life is not about that. Life is about being able to enjoy it, right? And so I started to notice, and when I started to talk to other people, right, and I started to talk to other dads out there, other fathers out there, and how they're doing the same thing. They're traveling, they're all these hours just to go to work, right? They drive 2 hours to go to work, and then 2 hours to come back. They're there all day, and that just kind of struck a nerve inside me. And when I started to go to events, right, I saw something different. I saw something so much different. I saw so many people being happy, so many people smiling, being free, having fun, being together. And then there's thing in every single event in Empower Network that I just love. It's my favorite part of the event, and I'm pretty sure that it's everybody's favorite part, which is called the countdown, the commission countdown, where they go from the highest commission that somebody has earned, which is $1 million, right? And they start inviting everybody into the stage, and they say, okay, whoever earned $1 million. And the last event in Vegas, there was about 14 people in the entire company who are able to go up there, right? And after that, they said, whoever has earned 900,000, right? And then more people got into the stage, and then whoever has earned 800,000, and then 7, and then 500,000, and then 100, and then the stage starts getting fuller and fuller and fuller, and they go down, right? And it's incredible the amount of people that are having success in this company. And that, what to me right there, is just like, wow. I was like, oh my gosh, right? This is something that anybody can do. This is real, right? And you cannot experience that unless you go there. And this is the thing. Another thing is that you start listening to stories about moms, about dads who free themselves from the shackles of their job and being able to stay home. You start seeing that it is possible, right? That it's possible for everybody to be able to do this. And so that just kind of like sparked this thing inside me from the last event, and I was like, what, I have to go on a mission to be able to help as many fathers out there become stay-at-home dads, right? I need to help that. And so I actually clear it up. I align myself with the vision of the company, and I say, what can I do? And I say, I can help 100 fathers a year become stay-at-home dads. Because imagine now, right, if we can free 100 fathers, right? And if you're a mom out there who's working and who wants to be free, you're included too. Okay, I'm not excluding the moms, right? Because I know the moms are so powerful, But at the same time, I see myself because see the reality is that when you see a man, it's still a little bit, not as accepted. It's starting to become more accepted for a man to become a stay-at-home dad. So I want to also be able to open up their eyes, right? Because even though it's more accepted, a lot of dads, a lot of men out there still feel a little weird, still think that it's not for them, still think that they're stuck in their old ways, and they don't see how they can be able to be free. Right, so my mission is to be able to open up their eyes, is be able to be out there and say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna guide you through the steps you need to take in order for yourself to be free, right? And one day to be able to say to your boss, you know what, boss? Thank you so much. I appreciate you giving me a job, but I gotta go. I gotta go back home where my children are. I gotta go back home and attend to my wife, right, and or my spouse or whoever it is who's waiting for you back home, right, and make every day a Saturday because that's what happens, right? And I love being able to make every day a Saturday because what's a Saturday mean, right? A Saturday mean that you didn't you just got off work yesterday, right? So you know that you're not gonna work today, and then there's no more work tomorrow because it's Sunday, right? So every day becomes a Saturday, and then that's what children want because children really don't care, right? When you ask your kids, when you ask children, it's like they don't care about money, about a house, you could be living in the smallest, tiniest apartment or house. They don't care if you're there every single day. What they care, children only care if you show up. That's it. If you show up, that's what they care about. They don't care about no money. They don't care about nothing else, right? That's just toppings on top of the cake, right? It's like the cherry on top of the cake. So they don't care about that stuff. All they care about is, are you there for them? For them, right? So if you're working a full-time job, yeah, you're giving money, you're providing for your family, which is a noble thing. I'm not saying to quit right now. But what I'm saying is that there is a door that you can take that is going to be able to free you, right? And the only way to take that door is to make a decision to be able to walk through it. And that imaginary door that I'm talking about is this big button that is on the bottom of this video that says Join Team Blitz. That's what it is. That's the door right there you're going to take, right? And once you get in there, right? Because right now, the offer is there is no excuses. First of all, it's money back guaranteed, right? If you don't like what you see, right? Another thing, right? It's $7. $7 to get started. $7 to get started with your business. You know how much it cost me, and this is very, very cheap if you start doing your homework. You know how much it cost me to start my restaurant? It cost me $78,000. I had to sell my home to be able to buy my restaurant, right? And for what? To get stuck in there. So from $78,000, you only have to put $7 to build a business, right? It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer, and that's one of the things that I want to be able to open up everybody's eyes to. Is that it's a no-brainer, because in your heart right now, you already made a decision inside yourself that you want to join. That you want to click on the button, that you want to fill out the Safe and Secure form, and that you want to pull out your credit card and get in and join us right now. You already made a decision. You're just a little bit afraid because of something that happened in the past. But as you can see, all the panelists right here, we've been talking to you, and we've been telling you the power that it is, that the effect that it has done to us, right? And then the thing is about the event is that we're not telling you that we're gonna run and hide. No, we're telling you that we're going to meet you over there. You're going to be able to meet us live, right? You're going to be able to meet us live. How more powerful is that, right? How more powerful is that you can meet us live and shake our hands, say hello, sit down, have some lunch or some dinner with us, give a big old hug, welcome you to the team live, right? That's how it is, right? So if you want to start your freedom, if you're ready to start living the life you were meant to live, right, with your kids and your spouse and being able to do what you want on your terms whenever you want, then the button's right there. It's as simple as just clicking on it, filling out the safe and secure form, and just getting in and joining us. That's it. That's how simple it is. And it's as simple as that. What I'm gonna do with that, that's it. That's all I had to say about that. This is Nestor Nidome of MakeMoneyFromHomeDad.com, and I'm gonna pass it out to, I don't know if Shannon right here is on, if she wants to talk a little bit in here. Are you there, Shannon? Let me see if she's there. I don't know if she can hear me. I think she is there. She's moving her camera. So go ahead and say what you got to do. I'm just gonna go ahead and shut up
now. Hi guys. I guess I'll go ahead and jump right into this because I don't think anybody's heard my story. My story is I just came out of the Army. Therefore, I was making like $28 an hour, I guess you could say, in the civilian life. And my face is turning red. It's hot in this room. But making $28 an hour, and I got out of the Army. I transitioned out, and I applied applications everywhere. And the first people that called me were Jiffy Lube. And that's $9 an hour. But I needed a job because I had truck payment, so I took that one. They were only offering for part-time, so I applied for more jobs. And I don't know if you guys know Dillon's. It's my battery's low. And Dillon's is like another grocery store of Kroger's. But so I'm working for them too, or part-time. Not only that, my niche, seems how I'm just coming out of the military, and I am actually in the Air Force now. See if you see that staff sergeant rank. But I'm in the Air Force again, so I mean not again, but in the reserves. But so yeah, going from $27 to $9, it hurts. So, and I got into this. I actually got into this because I went on YouTube and I was listening to Robert. I can never remember his last name. The Japanese guy, starts with K, I think. But
Kiyosaki.
But yeah, I was listening to them, and there was a link under there, so I was gonna go to his website and see if there was more to him. But it came up as a capture page for my sponsor. Little did I know. So I was like watching it and listening, and I was like, that sounds interesting. $7? I could try it for $7. I got $7. I could try it. So I did, and then my coach, actually, my coach is Mark Dale. He's a great guy. He left me. I'm not gonna speak bad about him, but more or less was floating. I needed help, and I found these group of guys. These guys are great. But I went all in within the time limit, within the 7 days. I used my savings account that I had left over from the Army, and that's how I got in. So that's it. I don't know what else to say. You can ask questions, maybe that'll help. So. Where'd everybody go?
Hey guys, can you guys hear me?
Hey Terrence, I can.
Can you guys hear me? Hey, wow, I don't know. It's like I lost the Wi-Fi here, and they're doing something here. I I don't even know what's happening, and I'm like, and from that. So, but I definitely commend you for even getting on tonight because even going through these even going through the technical difficulties also here. I know you guys have been watching. I definitely, lost some connection, and my Wi-Fi definitely went out. This out too. This time it didn't boot me out, so I'm here, man. So I don't know where you guys are at. I know you guys been on for a while, so whoever wants to close this out, close it out, and again, we'll just see each other on Saturday, and because it's definitely been over an hour and a half, and I know people definitely got things to do and don't want to be caught up in yet, So I don't know, you guys are leading the charge. The floor is yours, X-Man.
You're still muted, Xavier. You want to close it down?
Oh, my bad. Yeah, what's going on? My bad. Hey, yeah, I don't know. Oh man, look, man. Terrence, I know you're having some technical difficulties, bro. Really, it's always great to hear from you. You're always sharing a ton of value. Shannon, are you gonna be in Nashville, sis? I'm not sure if you're gonna be in Nashville or not. If you are, I really hope you are, cause it's always great meeting my veteran brethren and sisters. Because one of the things that I'll close it out with this. And one of the things is this, man. When I first got out of the military, I isolated myself for a while. I didn't reach out to people. I was down. I'm still muted. You can hear me, Nestor? Okay, that was Terrence that couldn't hear me. Terrence can't hear
you. Yeah, I can hear you. You're doing good.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, so anyway, like I was saying, man, when I first got out of the military, I made this one mistake, and you can actually learn about this mistake by reading the book 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. And this mistake was this. For a while, I had isolated myself. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't really reaching out to anybody, really. I was just kind of suffering alone, depressed and suffering through PTSD and kind of trying to go through the process by myself. And I realized, man, that the reason why I actually even got started, was to just show a better way to my veteran brothers and sisters. As Shannon just shared with you, and I've had that same experience. Man, you serve in the military, and then you get out and you get a job that's paying you like $5 an hour. You're like, what the hell is this, man? You know what I'm saying? So it is something that the more I started getting in tune with the severity of this, like after I got out of the military, I started to meet a lot of homeless veterans. I started to meet a lot of people that were just literally struggling. So I'm like, you know what, man, I need to really plug them into this system, man, because it can really help them in their life. Not just on a monetary basis, but on a mental, spiritual, emotional basis as well, man, because that's what actually helped me a lot throughout my depression and stuff like that when I started to tap into those inner circle audios. And I'm not even just saying that just to be selling y'all a bunch of, wolf tickets or to be blowing smoke up nobody's ass. I'm keeping it real with you that those stories and the information and inspiration that lies within that library changed my life. I highly recommend this to you if you own the Inner Circle or if you have the Inner Circles on your iPod and you have this. I highly recommend you listen to Start of a Revolution. I think that audio was like February 2014, January 2014 or something like that. It has David Wood, Michelangelo Lopez, and David Sharp. Okay, and David Sharp, man, oh my God! I'm not even gonna go all into all that, man. I'm just letting y'all know that that's a definitely Inner Circle audio you want to tap into, and it really saved my life. All right, so with that being said, man, I'm excited, man. I'm geeked up. I'm ready for next week. It's like it can't come fast enough, but it's coming at the right time. You know what I'm saying? But Nestor, Katrina, Shannon, I appreciate you guys coming out here. I'm really, like I said, excited, man, to see you all next week. I don't know if you said you were going or not, Shannon, but if you are, it'd be great to see you. If you're not going, oh my God, I'm gonna have to make you do some push-ups or some flutter kicks or something like that. You know what I'm talking about? Some front back goes might get your mind right. You know what I'm saying? She know what I'm talking about. But yeah, you need to be there, my friend. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be a blast. So with that being said, man, I'm about to go ahead and wrap this up. Saturday, you know, we also have the Team Blitz Breakfast Hangout. So if you want to hang out with us for breakfast, man, over some eggs and bacon, man, maybe some pancakes or whatever, you know. Your favorite beverage as well, orange juice, coffee, whatever is you drink, man. Come on out here, man. Especially, you know, and this is just to my family out there. If you're a tea drinker, you can come on out too. So,
You know how to live, Xavier.
huh?
You know how to live it.
All right, man. So yeah, like I said, man, if anybody else got any closing words for the people, man, share it with us. If you guys want to connect with me on my blogs, go to XavierOldham.com. Just keep it simple, right? You know what I'm saying? You can never go wrong with your name. So much love to y'all, man. Peace out.
As for me, no, I'm not gonna be able to make it to Nashville because I am here in Virginia. I'm in a motel, or actually, I'm in a hotel. But I'm in Fort Lee, Virginia.
Hey, I'm
Because I
gonna
have
get
to
at
be
you.
here for.
Cause I'm down here in Virginia.
Nice. Well, I'm off on the weekends because the class is only from Monday through Friday. But yeah, if anybody wants to, you know, connect with me, my website is http://digitaltool.info. So that's me.
All right, Shannon. Yeah, I'm gonna check you out, man. I'm down here in Virginia, man. Fort Lee. I'm probably about 45 minutes from Fort Lee. I wish you would have said Eustis, man, because I'm like 10 minutes away from Eustis. So, Katrina, Nestor, you guys got any more parting words, man? One more thing to share with the people?
I'm good.
All right, man. So, can see you guys Saturday, man. Well, hopefully I see you guys Saturday. I might be able to peek on there for a second, man, before I gotta go to work. But yeah, all right, guys. Peace out, man. Peace out. See y'all next week, Thursday.